Hello, BeMoreNews.com. This is Charles Robinson with Donnie Glover.
Welcome to Be More News. You're just taking over my show, man. The one and only Charles Robinson of Maryland Public Television, also regional director of the National Association of Black Journalists. How are you, sir?
Always wonderful to be with you, Donnie.
Let me just back up and say thank you for coming out to my 15th anniversary. Thank you for being a mentor. Thank you for passing the ball.
That's all right. You know, it's all good. But, you know, we're here to talk some politics, right?
What's the latest in this gubernatorial campaign?
Well, on Wednesday, we will get the formal announcement from Bob Ehrlich that he is going to rerun for his office. I like to call this the Illa in Manila, and you know, that's a play on the old Muhammad Ali thing, and I'm talking Manila folder kind of thing, because what you got to do is look at each candidate's folder, what their pluses and what their minuses are. Let me talk first of all about Bob Ehrlich's both pluses. His pluses are that he did balance the budget. Two, he's gotten what we call the push from this new group of folks called the Tea Partiers, who kind of spurred him on to run. Now let me talk about his negatives. His negatives are he still doesn't have much of a hold in the African American community, despite what he says. In addition to that, there are three places that you need to look for where Ehrlich needs to make moves in. First of all is Baltimore County, which is near us. The second is, can he make a difference in Prince George's County? It's a really messy election that's going on in Prince George's County, about 6 people running for county executive, which could bode well if there's a large turnout. Now let me talk about O'Malley. Let me talk about the pluses. Right now, O'Malley is somewhat on an upswing because, one, he's balanced the budget. Two, he has put the state in an economic condition that hasn't felt a recession like many other parts of the country. I don't know if that's necessarily his doing as much as where we're located. The other plus is that he gets goodwill from Democrats. And understand, there are more Democrats in this state than Republicans. But his biggest problem still seems to be white male voters. Let me talk about some of his negatives. His negatives is that people are asking, what has he done for black folks? And you know, he can point to some things, but at the end of the day, there's not one specific thing he can point to. The other thing that I think will be very interesting is, how is he going to stand up in debates? They've already said they're going to do about 3 of them, and it should be very interesting. I'm going to be watching. I hope you keep watching.
What about Wayne Curry?
Wayne Curry, you know, I went to his last event, and Wayne said something to me I thought was very curious, and that was, I'm waiting for Bob. And I asked the question, he meant Bob Ehrlich. I said, well, why are you waiting for Bob? You're in the Democratic Party. One of the things I think you should be watching for is the money. And the money is, how much money does each candidate have to spend? Right now, O'Malley has a major lead over Ehrlich. But if he has to spend money in the early days to fend off challengers like Wayne Curry and George Owens, that number may shrink. And that's what I think a lot of people are concerned about.
Well, what about George Owens? He's up in Timonium.
George Owens, you know, as much as I like George, not really a chance. But they can make the governor spend money he hadn't planned on spending, and that's what I'm talking about. Watch the money, because that's going to tell a lot in this tale.
Good deal. Thank you for your time.
Always. See you later, BeMoreNews.com.
Yes, sir. Keep watching BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth.